Hey guys, I'm going to start a new series called Ask Laird's Training. This will be episode 1. I get questions all the time. Sometimes I get emails. Fellow coaches in the Indiana Bulls organization that I coach for, they'll ask me questions about players, about their kids, how to train them, and aspects like that. I get asked about football training, basketball training, certain things about from friends and family, but as well as people that send me emails from my website. So. I've been wanting to, I usually reply to these just via email, reply to them or give them the answer, but I feel like I need to start sharing this information a little bit more. So I'm just going to start this series. This will be episode 1, and I got this email that I'm going to use. I've got this question asked me a bunch of times. I figured I'd go ahead and share this. I got this email from Corey, and he goes, my son is a baseball player, age 8, will turn 9 in December, looking for age-appropriate strength training for hitting. He's been doing a lot of wrist rolls, swinging heavier bats, overload and underload training, sledgehammer type training, push-ups, squats. He says he wants to hear any input or advice I can offer. And well, Corey, it sounds like your guys are doing a lot of the right things already. The one thing I will say is about sledgehammer training. If he's doing sledgehammer training at 8 years old, that's pretty impressive. Most high school guys that I do the sledgehammer training, which is a little bit more advanced, obviously, when we're hitting tires and doing explosive rotational hit with the sledgehammers. Those guys struggle with that as well at that level. And so, first and foremost, when I'm training young guys, when I do the young, little league age players, there's basically 3 main movements that I like to do with those guys. And when it comes to strength training, like the push-ups are huge. I'll use myself as an example. I played 5 sports growing up, and my dad got me and my brother into boxing, and we played baseball and basketball, ran track, and all that good stuff, and played football when we were younger. And the big thing that for me that I know that helped me the most is my dad had us doing push-ups and pull-ups, and we were doing sprints all the time. And when it comes to strength training, a lot of people don't understand this, but when kids are carrying heavy backpacks to school, that's strength training. That's a loaded carry. When kids are running and jumping on the playground, that's explosive movements. That's strength training for young athletes. So I know a lot of parents, especially moms, that get a little freaked out about that. And that's probably another video for another day about explaining what strength training is. But for that age right there, I would say that you need to be really focusing on the push-ups and mastering those push-ups. Like for the older high school guys, I use what's called a Warrior Challenge, which I didn't invent that. Martin Rooney, I got the idea from him, and they tried to do 100 push-ups in 4 minutes. And that's a little crazy for a young guys, but what I'd like to say is, hey, let's try to get 25 push-ups, like good, clean push-ups in 4 minutes. And what I mean by good push-ups is their chest is going all the way down to the ground, they're keeping the elbows tight to the body. And you can go 25, 35, 45, whatever your son is able to do. We're trying to beat that record, in a certain amount of time. We might do that once a week. But that's just a little bit of an idea why you can kind of make that a little bit competitive, a little bit and fun for them. But I like push-ups, I like pull-ups or chin-ups for that matter. I really like loaded carries. You can have your son, carrying med balls, doing some type of farmer's walks or some type of loaded carries to kind of help make them stronger. But the number one exercise that I really recommend that I do with my guys when it comes to the speed camps, and I do it with my baseball training, is sled pushes. I like getting them in on the sled and really working on their core stability and working on their strength right there. Because not only does it help them, if they're football players, if they're wrestlers, basketball players, any athlete is going to benefit from getting stronger. And the sled is something simple. Anybody can do it. It puts them in that good 45-degree angle, and they're using their core and their strength, and they're trying to push that sled. And doing 20, 30, 40-yard sled pushes really helps them out a lot. And for the hitting aspect of things, the wrist rolls and that grip string stuff, and I'm assuming you've watched some of my videos since you said that you heard about us from YouTube. And one thing I really like to do is band pull aparts. A lot of kids are very, very weak on the upper back side, so you can do a lot of band pull aparts to kind of help them get stronger in that upper back, but also recline rows, kind of helping them learn to row in an inverted position. That'll help them get stronger as well. So that's just some ideas to kind of get an idea for them getting stronger. The underload training, I wouldn't worry about swinging lighter bats right now for a young kid, because the biggest fault that I see with young athletes, especially 8 and 9-year-olds, is they're not strong enough. There's got to be a base level of strength, and since strength is the foundation of all athletic qualities, at 8, 9 years old, all the way through 12, 13, that's all I'm working on building. And to be honest, most of the high school kids and the college kids that come and train with me, they're still working on building strength as well, because they've got to build that foundation to be able to explode and be able to be that powerful athlete on the field. So hopefully that gives you some ideas of some things you can do loaded carries, push-ups, pull-ups, recline rows, some band pull-aparts. Keep working that grip strength and that core work. And again, core work, I say core work, but core is everything from the shoulders down to the knees on the interior part of the body as well as the posterior part of the body. So this is Ask Laird's Training episode 1. Guys, ask me questions, send me emails. I'll be able to answer them in the future. I'll get around to them the best that I can. But hopefully this gives you some answers and some things you guys can do. So Laird's Training, make sure you guys like the video, share the video. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe. Until next time, see you guys later.